Going twice. Going thrice. If you're a little dodgy on 226 and 227, that's okay. You know why? Because guess what the very next lesson is? Another lesson on slope. Jess is a genie. That looked like a genie move, which apparently Aladdin was very poopy. Yeah. No. I am the next Disney live action movie I'm going to pay to see in the theater is The Lion King. Because it is going to kick severe ass. The Lion King. I never watch trailers, but when I went to see Endgame, there was a Lion King trailer. And I don't mind watching trailers of movies that I already know, right? Spoiler alert. Simba becomes king, right? Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. I've read Hamlet, okay? Because as everybody knows, the Lion King is just Hamlet, right? You all know that, yes? His uncle kills his dad, takes over as king, marries his mom. Okay. Everyone's like, wow, where do those Disney guys come up with such good stories? Oh, right, by reading other good stories, changing the names, and saying it's theirs. Huh? You think Disney was making movies in 1603?
Never mind. No.
Best and brightest. Best and brightest. Oh, did it. All right. Let's go. Somebody tell me one thing that slope equals. M. Good job. What is another thing that slope equals? Rise over run. What is another thing that slope equals? Change in y over change in x. What is another thing that slope equals? Change in dv over change in iv. What is another thing slope equals? Nobody else? All right, that's pretty good. I would add in it is also the rate of change. So, we are comfortable with all 2, 4, 5 of those, yes? Of those 5 iterations of slope, which is a fun word to say, which one of them has nothing to do with the actual concept behind slope? M. M is simply the letter that we give to put it in an equation. All right? The equation that we know is y equals mx plus b. Since m equals all of these things, could I put any one of these in for m? Yes, because they are all equal. Do you all understand that? Excellent. Or change in excellent. Now, in this quadrant, over here, everybody draw a line segment with that slope. I am saying nothing more, and I should see 30 pencils move right now. What I shouldn't hear is talking about those 30 pencils moving, because pencils move silently. But what I really hear is people who can't take a hint. Funny how I still hear those people who can't take a hint. In this quadrant, draw F. In this quadrant, draw G. And in this quadrant, draw H. You must stay within your quadrant. So you have to think about what your starting point is if you want to stay within your quadrant. Every quadrant should have 2 points in it connected by a line that shows the appropriate slope. I will wait another moment or two before I carry on. How long indeed is a moment? It's a very subjective word, isn't it?
17 seconds.
You feel a moment is 17 seconds? Let's check. Was that an awkward amount of time?
No, it was a good little moment.
It's a good little moment. Yep. Now let's change it. This is the new 17 seconds.
Well, you could do that with any amount of time for a moment. Oh, wow. That would still be weird with 5 seconds.
Exactly. A moment is short until it isn't. All right, here we go. Answer the following question silently in your own brain with a yes or a no. Can I start my dot right there, my green line, do a slope of 2/5 and stay within this quadrant? Yes or no? You have the answer in your head right now. You have said yes or no. You need to be honest right now. How many people say, no, I cannot start there as your first reaction? Good. None of you should have said no. Because I can't go up and right and stay within this quadrant, can I? But can I go down and left and stay in the quadrant? Yes. -2, -5. -2 divided by -5 gets me positive 2/5. Does everyone understand? Why did I not give you a specific starting point? Because it does not matter. Slope has nothing to do with where it starts or where it ends or a distance. Because I could have gone down 2 and gone out 5 more to over here. If I didn't tell you to stay in the quadrant, this is still 2/5. Everybody understand? Spectacular. F. If I start here, could I do a slope of -4 and stay within the quadrant? Yes or no? Get the answer in your head. Everyone has it? Yes, I can. Because I would go up 1, 2, 3, 4 and left 1. And I would be okay. Please notice 4 is a significantly larger number than 2/5, isn't it? And notice the slope is much steeper. Is everybody good? Yeah? Okay. Could I have started there and kept the slope in the quadrant I chose? Yes or no? No, why not? I would have either gone out of it there or down 4 and out of it there. Could I have done this? Let me zoom in on that. Is that okay? Is it? Still the same slope, isn't it? If I were to continue that line on, it would look like this, yes? 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. That's more of a half. Notice 1, 2, 3, 4. Each line is divided in 4. If I put the dot right there, that's up 1 over a quarter. Is that not the same thing? Isn't 1 divided by a quarter 4? So could I have done it? Yes, but only if I actually understand slope, yes? If you stop understanding slope at rise over run, you say, oh, I got to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1, Mr. Myers. But you don't have to, do you? Because when I connect this line, what is the slope between every point on that line? What is the slope going to be? -4. Does everybody understand? Spectacular. All right. So the other two I don't feel I need to spend as much time with, do I? Slope of 0. Boom. Why is that a slope of 0? It's not a slope. It doesn't rise. Right? You can't ski on that. You got to bunny hop on your snowboard. Or do that cool walkie thing that I can't do. And H7. What will be the steepest slope on this graph? E, F, G, or H? H. Why? Because it's the biggest number. It goes up 7 and over 1. Is there anywhere you could have made that stay in that quadrant? It is possible. Up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and over 1. And see how steep it is. Now please notice, between there and there, the slope increases from 7 to what value? What value does that slope have? That's the undefined one because its slope is what? Infinite. From that to that is a difference of a slope of 7 to a slope of infinity. Everybody cool? Is slope, 1 second, Ken. Does slope have anything to do with distance between 2 points? Is slope a distance? No. Slope is a value. Ken.
So saying that, can you put the arrows at the end? Because it goes on.
Yeah, you would technically put the arrows at the end because that slope will go forever. It went up 7 over 1. What if it went up 28? How far to the right will it go? 28. How far to the right will it go? 4. What if it went up 84? How far to the right would it go? 12. Excellent. Is everybody Gouda? Great. Joke never gets tired.
Great.
You get it, right, Hazel? Good as cheese, you great cheese. All right. Right now, if I want the slope between those 2 points, most of you would probably draw it. -5, -3, correct? And 2, 1, correct? And the slope would be the rise, 1, 2, 3, 4, over the run, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes? You would all agree? And that slope, because it is both of them are positive, what is the slope? 4/7. Yes? If you have the points and you have a graph, all you have to do is count the triangle. Could you have done this side? Yes, and then it would have been -4 over -7. -4 divided by -7 is +4/7. Everybody understands that, correct? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. When you have a graph, you can count. Let's do this one. 0, -4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, 3. 1, 2, 3. Do I have it on a graph? Can I count? Its rise is what? Seven. Its run is what? 7/0. Is that possible? No. So it is undefined. Because, of course, it is an infinite slope. Because, of course, we don't ski it. We fall it. Oh, we left our snowboard at the top. Everybody cool? What's the lesson we take away? If it's on the graph, we count. Up and over. That's what kids always say, up and over. And then until I say, well, what about down and over? Oh, yeah, down and over. Okay, down and over where? Up and right or down and left. Or up and left and down and right. Turn the page over. Turn the page over. Ha ha ha. Turn the page right. Get it? Get it? Because we're not over. What's different about K? There's no graph. But please notice this is 7, yes? What do you know about the distance between -4 and 3? It's 7, right? So, since slope also equals change in y over change in x, what math finds the change between two numbers? Or the difference between two numbers? Subtraction. So isn't the change in y also a y value minus another y value? But if I write y minus y and x minus x, what is y minus y? 0. So I can't write that, can I? So I add a new notation. That new notation is this: y2 and y1. x2 and x1. Now, what do you see right here? What's that? An x. What's that? Another x. I will change color for that one. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. X. What is that? A y. What is that? A y. Now, since I have 2x and I have 2 y's, can I do that? Here is the only trick. Who's in charge of the question? You are. The question is not taking you out back and beating you up. You are in charge of this question. So you're going to tell this question which is y1 and which is y2. Okay? Is that guy y1 or y2? You want to make him y1? Why do you want to make him y1? Why do you want to make him y1, Sebastian? I'm asking you. I'm telling you. Why would anybody make that guy y1? Because he's the first one they see. Because he's on the left and we read left to right. Agreed? Okay, unless we're in Japan, where we read up and down. Or we're reading Hebrew, where they read right to left. But anyway, if that guy is y1, then what is that guy? x1. Because they have to stay together. Which makes, zoons, what happened there? Which makes this guy what? x2, and this guy what? y2. Now, all you do is fill this in. Slope equals y2. What is y2? 1 minus, what is y1? 7 over, what is x1? Or x2? Negative 6 minus, what is x1? 2. What is 1 minus 7? What is negative 6 minus 2? Negative 8. What is negative 6 divided by negative 8? That is positive 6 over 8, which is 3/4. Does everybody understand? Now, don't do this, just watch. Watch. 7 minus 1 over 2 minus 6. What have I done? I've changed the x and the y's, right? What is 7 minus 1? What is 2 minus 6? That is 2 plus 8, 6, which is 8, which is... Does it matter which is x1 and which is x2? No. Does it matter that you keep the pairs? Yes. So, if this is x2, then what's this? y2. And this is x1, and this is y1. How would the formula be different? The formula isn't. The order is. What goes first? 4 minus 15 over negative 1 minus, no, negative 1 minus negative 5, which when we do the math anew becomes plus 5. And what is our slope here? Negative 11/4. The 11's positive, but the 4 is negative. No, sorry, it's positive. It's positive. Negative 1 plus 5. It's 11/4. Everyone is good? 4 minus... No, it was 11. I was right the first time. I talked myself out of it. It's negative 11/4. Now, the reason I got very shortly confused there is if you reverse the order, it becomes 11 over negative 4. Are those the same slope? Yes. And I could also write it as negative 11/4 with the negative right in the middle. Everybody cool? Those are all the same. Good? All right. Are these lines graphed? So I can find the slope by counting, can't I? How would you find the slope of A? Would you go from there to there? Yes or no? Ken says no. Why not, Ken? Because you're exactly right. They're not on specific points. Do you know that X and Y value? No. Tell me when I could stop. I'm going to hum the music from the Price is Right Mountaineer pricing game. And that's how you play the game. The little mountain guy goes up the mountain and they play a song. You tell him when to stop. It's my favorite pricing game. I know most of you don't watch The Price is Right. Probably have maybe seen it once or twice in your life. But when I was your age and you were homesick before the internet and before 1,000 channels and Netflix and everything, you could watch one thing on TV in the day. Soap operas or game shows. I know this will sound sexist, but being a 10-year-old boy, I chose game shows because I did not want to watch soap operas. Fun story, my high school girlfriend watched a particular soap opera, which of course, as you all know, if you have a girlfriend, if your girlfriend watches a soap opera, that pretty much means you watch a soap opera. Like the line from Pulp Fiction, if your girlfriend's a vegetarian, that pretty much makes you a vegetarian. So I had to watch this show, this soap opera. It's not on TV anymore. I had to watch it every single day. She set her VCR to record it. Every day after school, we'd have to go home and watch that day's episode. It was the worst school year of my life. I hated it. But then, oh yeah, we broke up. Of course we broke up. Then, that show got canceled. Like all soap operas. I think there's only one left. No, I think Young and the Restless is canceled. I think the only thing left is Days of Our Lives. Young and the Restless still on? Oh, sweet. Okay. This was called Another World. And like 20 years later, when it got canceled, I watched a couple of episodes. It was the exact same story. In 20 years of my life, like 3 days passed in their town. It was crazy. Anyway. So yeah. I can't get to that octave because I can't sing, so I'll start lower. There. And now what do? Now I count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Over. -2. -7 halves. You guys do the next 3. Go. 2 of them should take 1 second. I expect to hear the Mountaineer song out of your head when you get to B. Now, just for... Okay, so what is the slope of B? Could you go end to end? No. I bet some of you went right there and did 1/2. I hope you didn't. I hope you chose 2 points that are really far from each other, because that's what you should do. And the reason I say that is because remember right back on this page, it was awful hard to see the slope when they were really close together, wasn't it? You will get a more accurate measurement of slope if you choose points that are further apart. Now, is counting for slope ever going to be really accurate in reality? No, in math class it will be, because your teacher will always give you 2 nice points and say, find the slope. All right, so that slope, I get it. I can't remember what I get it as. I think I get it as like 5/9, but I can't remember. 5/11, that's it, yeah. What's C? Undefined or infinite. What's D? 0. Good. Now, Everybody do 4. You just got to draw a triangle. It's not hard. It's 3 lines. Go. I will give you a moment to draw a triangle. Go. Holy smokes, everyone. There's your moment. Have people able to draw a triangle? I hope so. Up, up, up. Done. That took 2 seconds. Why is that a positive slope? I went up and right. I went up and right. And I went down, negative, and left, negative. So it's all 3 are a positive slope. Who made that noise?
Yes.
I know. It was Jesse. Yeah. Jesse is often known for making duckling noises. Did anybody else hear a duckling? That was what I heard when Hazel made that noise. It sounded to me like a duckling. All right, sorry. When Jesse made that noise, it sounded to me like a duckling. Okay, now, on page 230, we are now going to put everything we have done with slope together. All right? After we graph, we are going to find the slope. So this first question, is this intercepts y equals mx plus b or y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1? Which is it? It's x and y intercepts because it says x and y intercepts. What's every single x-intercept? No. X, 0. What is every single y-intercept? 0, y. These are what? Coordinates. So are these x's or y's? X's. What are these? Y's. What do you see right there? X's and Y's. So, I'm going to do the first one. X is still X. So what do I put there? X. 3X. Minus 2. What's Y? 0 plus 8 equals 0. When I am looking for the x-intercept, what happens to the y-coordinate? It drops out. I have 3x plus 8 equals 0. What is my job whenever I see that type of construction? Jesse? Isolate. So what do I do with this 8? I could subtract it. Or we could be in grade 10 and recognize that we're just moving it over here. And what happens to the sign? It changes. So I have 3x equals negative 8. What does x equal? Negative 8 thirds. I don't want to put that on the graph right now. Why? Why does that bother me? The same reason everything constructed that way bothers you people. Why does it bother you? It's a fraction. So we're not going to touch it yet because it's a fraction. But we are going to understand this next concept. X equals negative 8 thirds. What do you see right there? X. So what number goes there? Negative 8 thirds, comma 0 is one of the points on this graph. Now, I also have 0y. You're intelligent young people. When I looked for the x-intercept, the y dropped out. Well, now I'm looking for the y-intercept. What's going to drop out? The x. So I'm not even going to write that. I'm going to write negative 2y plus 8 equals 0. What's my job every time? Isolate. Negative 2y equals negative 8. Y equals 4. Y equals 4. What does that say? Y. What does y equal? 4. So I have another point at 0, 4. Now, Now we're in a bit of trouble. Because how do we graph this? I could recognize that negative 8 over 3 is negative 2 2/3, yes? So I could go over 2 and then try to guess where 2/3 is. Is that acceptable? Of course it is. Is it easy to do? It's a little bit of a pain when the graph is this small, isn't it? So here is an easy solution. I'm going to put the number 1 there. What does that mean each square on the x-axis is worth? 1/3. So where is negative 8/3? 8 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Everyone agree? Now, if I keep that scale, then I would need to go up how far to find 4? 12. Do I have 12? I do not. So I cannot keep that scale up and down. So I have to leave it as 1. If you draw 1 on the y and 1 out there on the x, does that show me that you have changed your scales? Yes. So where would the dot go? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I want you to find the slope. Now if you haven't been paying attention, you stopped paying attention at when it's on the graph you just count, right? So it's 4 over 8, isn't it? So its slope is 1/2, right? Of course not. Because what did I really go up? 4. What did I really go this way? 8/3. So what is the slope really? 4 rise over run. 8/3. 4 divided by 8/3 is the same as 4 times what? 3/8, which is 12 over 8, which is 3 over 2. If the graph's scales are different, you cannot count for slope. Does everyone understand? Everybody? Okay. Now, at 6, there are 2 concepts we must master. There is graphically answering these questions, and, of course, our good friend algebraically. Because I love you guys, I'm going to let you choose which one we do first. Algebra? All right, let's do some algebra. If I'm going to do algebra, I know I'm going to have x's and y's and variables and constants and coefficients and all that crap, right? Okay, what's that? That's an x. What's that? That's a y. What's that? That's another x. Oh, okay, let's make him x2 because he's the second one I see. What's this? y2. And a slope of 2. What's slope? M. Do I have something that uses m, xx, yy? What is it? M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Can I fill in a lot of that information? Sure I can. What goes in for m? 2. But 2 is really what? 2 over 1. Because we need a rise and a run, don't we? What's y2? Y minus what's y1? 6 over x2. Negative 4 minus 2. Can I solve that? In my sleep. 2 over 1 equals y minus 6 over what? Negative 6. How do I solve fraction equals fraction? Always. We call it cross multiplying. Right? So 2 times negative 6 is what? Negative 12 equals y minus 6. What's my job whenever I get it to there? Isolate y. So if I move that 6, is y cool? Okay, what happens to that negative 6 when he hops over here? He becomes positive 6. 6 minus 12 is? Negative 6 equals y. Is that a y? So what's the answer? Negative 6. Everybody cool with algebra? Okay, let's do it graphically. What point do I know? A or B? I know A is 2, 6, right? 1, 2, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Agreed? There is A. Everyone cool? Do I know anything about B? Its x is negative 4, yes? 1, 2, 3, 4. Somewhere on this line, I will find the correct y value, won't I? Right? And I know my slope is 2. Well, here's my starting point, yes? How do I get from this point over to here, keeping a slope of 2? Go down 2 and left 1. Am I at my line yet? No. Down 2, left 1. Am I at my line yet? Down 2, left 1. Am I at my line? Down 2, left 1, down 2, left 1, down 2, left 1. Now, am I at my line? So there is my negative 4, and I check for my y value. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Negative 6. So I was able to solve it graphically. Does everybody understand both? Is it okay if you're a little hazy? Of course it is, because look, we got 3 more to practice with, 4 more to practice with. What do you want to do first in 7? Graph or algebra? Algebra? Go. Did you just say, why do I got to attack you like that? Okay, I don't want to be accused of attacking Ken, so let's work through it together. What's this? X1, what's this? Y1, what's this? X2, what's this? Could I reverse those if I wanted to? Yup, what's this? M. Negative 3 over 2. Is it okay to write negative 3 over 2? For slope, put the negative up with the 3. Is it okay to put the negative down with the 2? It has to be in one of those spots. What does that equal? The way we've set it up, what's the numerator? Okay, what is y2? Negative 4 minus 5 over x plus 1, because it's minus minus 1, right? Now what do I do when it's fraction equals fraction? Cross. What's 3 times x minus 1? Or x plus 1? 3x plus 3. What's negative 2? What's negative 4 minus 5? Negative 9. What's negative 2 times negative 9? 18. What's my job now? Isolate the variable. What happens to that 3? Minus 3. 3x equals what? 15. What does x equal? 5. And I'm done algebraically. Let's come over to the graphing side. Negative 1, 5. Negative 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right there, yes? The other one has to get to this negative 4, doesn't it? Right? And I got a slope of negative 3 halves. Down 3, left 2. Am I at my line yet? Down 3, left 2. Am I at my line yet? Down 3, left 2. Am I at my line? Yup. And I check. Negative 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's only negative 1, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's because that's negative 1, 4. negative 1, 5. Down 3, left 2, down 3, left 2, down 3, left 2. Oh, and I'm making a positive slope. What a moron! Down 3, left 2, down 3, left 2, down 3, left 2. And then I'm in business. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down 3. 1, 2, 3, left 2. 1, 2, 3, left 2. 1, 2, 3, left 2. And there we go. Good gravy. Huh. The graphing is a pain because the graphs are small. And I am old. Okay, let's do 8. Algebra or graphing first? Okay. I'm not going to set it up. I'm just going to do this. I'm being very mean. I am forcing you to do something that I would never do. Right? I chose the x2 and the y2s for you. Who normally gets to choose that? You do. But I'm forcing you to do it to see if you understand what is going on here. So what will my equation look like? What will be on the left? 3 over 1, and what will that equal? It will equal... No, the way I've set it up. Number 8. Look at the way I set it. Austin, if you were setting this question up, could you write negative 5 minus 7? Yes, but I set it up. I was mean. I forced you into something. So what is it? 7 minus 5, which is really what? 7 plus 5 over, what's this one? X minus 0, which is really x. What's 3 times x? 3x. What's 1 times 7 plus 5? 12. What does x equal? 4. Now we come over to the graphing side. There is 0, negative 5, right? And make sure I counted this right so I don't look like an idiot like last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah? And I have to get to where? I have to get up to here, correct? Make sure I counted that right. I know. I did. I counted it right. And my slope is what? No. What's my slope? 3. So up how far? 1, 2, 3 and over 1. 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 And there is my x value of 4. Is everybody good? Now, I'm going to shut up. You set up number 9. However you want the x's and the y's to be. Do both algebraically and graphically. It should take 2 moments, which according to Jess is 34 seconds. Go. You will find something interesting if you do algebraic first. What did you find? Colin, don't you have to go? What did you find? What did you find y was? It's 10.5, isn't it? Right? So it makes it kind of hard to do it graphically, yes? Because our graph only goes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only goes up to 10, doesn't it? So it's really hard to do this one graphically, yeah? But I did say I want you to graph the line. So, how are we going to do that? Well, we would go to negative 3, 1, 2, 3, negative 2. And then do what? Use the slope, which is 5 over 2, yes? So I go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over 2, and that's the line I would connect. Because I can't get to 10.5 on this graph. Unless I do what? I change the scale, right? And that would be a super pain in the butt, wouldn't it? Is everybody cool? What way always works, regardless of the graph? Algebra. So should you know how to do it? Yeah. Everybody cool? All right. Your job, page 232. Now, listen please. 232 has answers. 234 doesn't. Page 234 is the second part of your work. 234 is what I'm going to open with tomorrow. You're going to see the right answers. It is not for marks. It just says practice, but there's no answers there. You have to apply everything we have done so far to do page 234. Cool? Go. Yes. Yes. That's why I started with a yes.